Hello, this is a free call from
An offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am really glad that you called.
Okay.
What did Christy tell you? She told me that she talked to you last night.
Yes. Yeah, I had called to wish her a happy birthday, and I was like,
Yeah.
I got an email, so I'm going to call her tomorrow.
Okay. So basically what's happened is, like, I do have offers on the table about a movie. And I think I'm going to go with one of them. And here's the wrinkle in it, okay? Is that it's a producer who wants me to write it myself.
Oh. That would be a big opportunity for you.
It is, and I think, so Gypsy, it's not also just, I feel like I'm self-dealing here a little bit. It's also the best way for us to maintain some control over the way that Hollywood tells your story, like, officially, right? Like, and like, I've talked to your dad and to Christy about like, I'm going to try in the ultimate deal. It doesn't happen right now. I didn't realize this when I got involved in all of this, like how involved this all is. It doesn't happen right now, but I'm going to try to get them signed up as script consultants, which means that you guys can get a little bit of money out of this.
Okay.
So like, because basically, here's what happened a lot of the time when people came to me. They wanted to make horror movies, basically.
Right.
And nobody wants that. I asked you if that's what you really want. I guess it would be an interesting. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I do want to settle, have a good settlement for my future, but not at the expense of my reputation. I mean, the way you printed the article, it made my reputation better because it got dragged through the mud. So I really don't want to drag it through the mud anymore.
I know. And it's something that was like very much on my mind, just all these people like approached me. And, if we had somebody in the mix who was like an Oscar-winning screenwriter who I thought was going to do a great job with your story, I would give it to them, right? Like I really would.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We don't have that.
Right.
So what we have is another of the options is Lifetime. And I don't know what they'll do with it, really.
Okay.
They won't let me write it. And it's Lifetime, right?
Right.
And so, sometimes those movies are really over the top.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me. And
yeah.
But this independent producer gets it. She understands what happened to you.
Right.
And I just feel really good about her.
Okay.
And ultimately, I think, I don't know if we're going to do TV or a movie if I go with her. We're still talking about it because there's so much in your story, right? Like that sometimes 2 hours is maybe not enough.
Right.
But I'm really glad that you called now because I'm very close to like just closing this deal with this producer. And so it's important to me that you not feel like the way that this shook out, I didn't realize, Gypsy, when I started reporting your story that I would ever end up in the position at all. And so I feel a little uncomfortable doing it without your input, and I wish I could get you contractually involved, or Rod and Christy contractually involved at this stage, but I can't. Nobody is offering that.
Okay.
So I think like where we are is would you be willing to keep talking to me while I try to write the screenplay?
I would absolutely do that.
Yeah. And I think I think your dad and Christy seem open to it too. And like I said, like I'm trying to get this to a place, Gypsy, where yes, you get something out of it, but most of all, I think what will help you is if a nuanced movie is made about this.
Right.
Rather than something that Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people were just, calling you a criminal mastermind to me. It was just, I kept thinking, like, did they read the article?
Right.
So I just think we have to be careful with these Hollywood people. And I don't know if anybody has approached you independently. It's possible.
No.
Okay. All right. There is, like, one set of horror producers who seem like kind of hell-bent on doing their own thing. We're trying, but they're in trouble because they talk to me, and that raises these intellectual property issues.
Mhm.
So I don't know that they're going to be able to go forward with it, but I feel like you might hear from them. Yeah, I don't think so either. And here's the thing, Gypsy, I think ultimately what they're trying to do is force me to go with them by threatening this rather than actually they're going to do it.
I see.
So it's not something to stress about.
Right. No one could be more of a horror writer than the rumors that they have here. Like, like a lady asked me the other day, "Is it true? Did you have sex in your mom's blood?" And I'm like, "No, are you crazy? Who's telling you this stuff? You know?" And they're like, "Well, it's just what we heard." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no, that's not what happened. Goodness sake."
I know. I know, right? And I think, obviously Hollywood is always going to fictionalize some parts of your story here, right? Like some parts are just, they're going to make things shorter or whatever. I just think that the best way for everybody to go forward and not have somebody make, like, misery. I don't know if you've probably never seen this movie, but, like, there are these movies that they bring up all the time that are analogs, and all of them are like, yeah, they're kind of shocker movies. And I think there's like a much more nuanced story here, as I hope I demonstrated to you in this article. And again, this producer, she gets it. She's suggesting all the right directors for that. I just feel like she's the person. I mean, I first talked to her a few weeks ago and had that feeling then, and I kept talking to other people because I wanted to see, like, who we could get involved here.
Okay.
But ultimately, that's how I feel. And I mean, it's up to you whether you want to trust me or not. I mean, I realize that your life is organized such that you're entitled to never trust anybody again, Gypsy. But I'm gonna do my best to tell your story properly.
I think that you would be the perfect person to write it, to be honest. I mean, there would be no one else that I would want to write it, because after seeing just a little bit of a taste of what you can do, I know that you'd be the perfect person to do it. And if you can't, get me or my family, like you said, contractually involved, I can still talk to you. You can still ask me questions, and, you can write it down, and that way you can write it, that way, how things happened,
Yeah, because I think a lot of the things I would want to talk about, just so if there was a preview, you can start thinking, is mostly what things were like between you and your mom before Nick, even before, say, 2011, right? Like, a lot of those are questions that I don't know the answers to, right? And so I think that's the kind of thing that we might start. If this goes forward the way that it's going forward, I'm going to try to get down there as soon as I can, so that you can see me in person.
That would be awesome. Well, I got some pictures taken, and I can send you one.
Yes, do that.
Okay,
do that, and I'm going to call the warden about filing the paperwork to be one of your visitors. Okay.
Good.
And then we'll go from there. But yeah, okay. If you're comfortable, and again, like, if you're not comfortable, just say it, and it will be. Your opinion is important to me. Because I feel
comfortable with it.
Okay.
You have my blessing on this.
Thank you. I'm really honored by that, because I just feel your life is sorted out in such a way that so many people have tried to make money. I hate the idea of joining that team. Is what I'm telling you, right? Like.
No.
So I don't, and I'm going to do this in the best way that I can, so that I don't join the team. And like I said,
it's that you're one of them people, because a lot of people have been dissecting my story and trying to find answers and trying to tell it, but the way you tell it is the honest truth. You know, it's how it happened. It's how my life was. It's how things went down, and that's that. You know, I mean, no one can say it better than you wrote it in there. So you'd be the perfect person to do something like this, because I already had that rapport with you. I already trust you. So it's not like I'm going into this with some fresh-faced person where I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know what they're going to end up doing. I know that you'll end up doing a good job.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I actually have to go to do an interview, but here's what I'm going to say. I'm also going to put money in your commissary account so that you can call me whenever, okay?
Awesome.
Yeah, so that it's not starting to cost you so much money. So I'm going to figure out how to do that. And then you should call me again in a couple days, and I'll be able to tell you. Okay?
I will. And it's accesscorrections.com. And
yes, that's what I've been using to email you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I have your number.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Well, it's good talking to you.
Yeah, good talking to you too. All right.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
The person